Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Detroit Tigers franchise here on MLB The Show 20. We are back with the opening day series for you as we take on the Minnesota Twins. New lineups this year featuring the number 1 overall pick from last year, Richard McGowan, Justin Turner, the free agent signing, Jonathan Schoop, Miguel Cabrera, CJ Cron, Kristen Stewart, Jorge Bonifacio, Jake Rogers, and Nico Goodrum, all returning from last year's team. The bench looks a little bit different with Josh Phegley, who will play against lefty pitching. Seth Beer, who is coming up from the minors, he will play against lefty pitching as well. He was a minor league all-star last year. Victor Reyes will play against lefty pitching as well. In our pitching rotation, we will have Matthew Boyd, Zach Godley, Daniel Norris, Michael Fulmer, and Jordan Blazovic to start the year. Yusmeiro Petit will be a long reliever for us. Steve Cishek, Pedro Strop, Emmanuel Clase, Hunter Wood, Phil Matone, and Joe Jimenez will be in the bullpen. So a little bit of a new look team. Make sure you slap a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and can't wait to see more Tigers franchise as we're taking on a team who had 4 All-Stars in their lineup last year. With the exception of JD Martinez, who actually got traded to them for Miguel Sano. If you missed the edited offseason, that will be in the end screen for you to click on after this video. Jose Berrios will be starting for the Minnesota Twins. 384 and a 9-4 record last year. And right away, Richard McGowan, the number 1 overall pick on his first swing in the majors. First swing at all as a Detroit Tiger. Gets his first major league hit into the gap. A nice double for Richie McGowan. Then that'll bring up Jonathan Schoop here later, and he would fly out to deep left center field. McGowan tagging from third all the way home, and he will score the first run of the game, 1-0 Tigers. Here's Kristen Stewart to lace one down the right field line. That is going to end up bringing home Miguel Cabrera and leave runners on the corners. In this top of the first inning, Jorge Bonifacio going to lace one up the middle. Nice grounder up the middle to bring home another run and put us on top 3-0. Next batter, Jake Rogers, would end up striking out with more runner in scoring position. Matthew Boyd, starting pitcher for our Detroit Tigers, 8-14 last year, a 4.50 ERA, a 1.35 WHIP. Not what we wanted to see from him. We're looking to see some progression, and right there, striking out Byron Buxton to start his day. He then gets to face JD Martinez with 2 away and gets him to strike out as well. Andrew Benintendi, one of the new acquisitions for the Twins for some reason. He's going to strike out looking. When we look at Jorge Polanco, he is going to fly into short center field. That'll get taken care of to end the 3rd inning. Moving ahead to the bottom of the 4th, and JD Martinez going down on strikes again. Another very nice pitch from Matthew Boyd. A 2-2 pitch in the bottom of the 4th. He gets another strikeout. Matthew Boyd kind of on fire the first 4 innings, as here still in the 4th, a strikeout of Max Kepler. Matthew Boyd just looking sharp on his game. Brandon Workman would come into the game later on for the Twins. They got him in the trade with Miguel Sano as well. It was Workman and it was JD Martinez coming over to the squad, and here's going to be a double into the gap with 2 away in the top of the 7th. And that would bring up McGowan, who would end up striking out window shopping, which, you know, he's a rookie. It's going to happen from time to time. Pedro Strop, one of our new acquisitions in free agency, will come into the game. And he is going to get him on the high heat. Byron Buxton goes down swinging. And the Minnesota Twins in trouble at the end of the 7th, down 3-0. Here's Josh Donaldson. He gets one really ripped in the bottom of the 8th with the bases loaded, but McGowan's there to make the catch right short of the warning track. Strop doing a good enough job. Joe Jimenez comes in to do his. He is the closer. He looks to close this game in the bottom of the ninth. He gets the strikeout right away. And that would send him to the bench with nothing. A 2-2 pitch would get taken into deep right field, but just shy of the warning track to make the catch out there. And then the 3-2 pitch, Byron Buxton looks at the away slider to end this game. And the Detroit Tigers will win an opening day with 3 runs in the first, no runs scored after that. So, amazing. The only 3 runs were all scored in the first inning. Bonifacio, Stort, and Scope with the RBIs. Doubles from Nico Goodrum and Richie McGowan in this game, the only extra base hits at all. Barrios, he goes 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts with a 4.50 ERA for the Twins. And now we'll take a look at game number 2 of the season. There's a couple guys that aren't doing as well as we thought that they might. Turner, Scope, looking at you guys. And they will face Kenta Maeda today. A 9-14 record last year with a 4.17 ERA. And Scope swings on the down and away slider in the top of the first. He goes down. He's at second out of the inning. They would easily get out of it. Zach Godley going to pitch for us. He was 5-15. He didn't seem that bad last year. A 4.44 ERA, a 1.41 WHIP. He had 160 strikeouts, 71 walks. And here he gets the ground out to first base, thrown on to second for the final out of the first. We move ahead to the top of the third. This one is taken out to left field, and it is just going to get over the wall for a solo shot for Nico Goodrum. The 9-hole hitter comes through for us. 369 nice feet for his first home run of the year, and Nico Goodrum gives us a 1-0 lead against the Twins. So now Luis Arraez is going to come up and swing through. Zach Godley looking to work through this game. That was in the bottom of the 5th. Now we go top 6, and it's Goodrum again, ripping one out to right off the wall, and that'll be a double for Nico Goodrum in the top of the 6th to lead off. Starting a little trouble, here's Richie McGowan. He's going to bounce one up the middle. He gets a hit, starting his career with a 2-game hit streak. That'll be a double as well, and it will be his first RBI of his career. This one's also ripped out to center field by Miguel Cabrera. He'll bring Richie McGowan home. And we've got, again, another 3-0 lead as Tyler Duffy coming into the game. He pitched an inning yesterday. He had a strikeout and no walks. He gets a strikeout here on C.J. Cron to end the threat. Now bottom 6, a 1-2 pitch, and Godley still going strong as he gets Mitch Garver to swing through. Emmanuel Clase would come in some relief in the bottom of the 7th, and he gets the strikeout of Josh Donaldson. Donaldson goes down swinging. Andrew Benintendi going to ground one over to second, and look at this. Nice double play to end the bottom of the 7th. Brandon Workman coming in again. I guess they got him because he's a workman. He just keeps working and working. 2 days in a row. He has not done well against our righty batters, however, but there he gets the strikeout of Jonathan Scope. And C.J. Cron to the plate. He strikes out as well. This time a window shop, and Workman works his way through the inning. Joe Jimenez coming into the game to get another save if he possibly can here in the bottom of the 9th. The 3-2 pitch is right on target. He gets Polanco to window shop. J.D. Martinez will swing through the inside slider. And the final batter, Josh Donaldson, is going to ground over to shortstop. That is taken care of by Nico Goodrum and thrown on to first for the final out of the game. A 3-0 shutout for the Tigers. In this one, Godley goes 6 strong. McGowan goes 2 for 4 with a ribby. Goodrum hits a solo shot, his first of the year. Cabrera the other RBI. Absolutely great start to the season for the Tigers, taking down divisional rivals. Well, one divisional rival, the Minnesota Twins. Godley, a very strong start for him. 5 strikeouts in 6 innings. Maeda, not as good, 5 2/3. He gave up 3 runs. Not a horrible outing, though. As we move to the third game of the series against a lefty pitcher, Steven Matz. So we get to test out our lefty lineup, which is much more powerful, if you didn't notice earlier in the video. So Steven Matz might be in for it. We'll see. There's a grounder in the first, and that'll be a double play by Jonathan Schoop. So Daniel Norris will take the mound for us. An 11-10 record with a 4.6 ERA and a 1.34 whip. So we'll see what Daniel Norris can do against this team. And he gets the punch out on Arias to start the game. Great pitch on the bottom of the plate. Here's a little grounder that's going to go over to third, be easily thrown on to second to end the first inning. In the bottom of the second, a 3-2 pitch, and the 12 curve is going to get him as he just sits there looking. So Jonathan Schoop comes up against Matz, and he absolutely drills one to deep left center field. It's out of here. The solo shot from Jonathan Schoop is his first of the year. Surprising it took 3 games to get there, but 426 feet, and Jonathan Schoop has given the Tigers a lead. Here now, this is the third straight game where the Tigers take the lead over the Twins first. They're 2-0 in the first 2. So Norris up against Arias again. Unfortunately, they're going to get a run to score on this throw out over to first base. So we got a tie game, and this one's lifted out to right by Turner. And Justin Turner's first hit of the year is a solo homer. 384 feet out to right field. He is very powerful against lefty pitching, and he proved it right there. Jonathan Schoop up later on. He gets one down the right field line, hugging the right field line all the way to the 328 sign in right field. And that'll be an easy double for Schoop with one out in the top of the 6th. That'll bring in Trevor May to try and save the day. Wink, wink. 6-10 for his saves to opportunities. But this is Crone. He is going to deep lift this thing out to left field, and that thing is gone as Buxton could not bring it back into the stadium. 2-run shot for C.J. Crone for his first home run of the year. You knew it was coming eventually, and that's 390 feet. That's a 2-run bomb, and that makes it 3-1 Tigers, as the offense has been just good enough. A 4-1 game here in the bottom of the 6th, and Benintendi going to go down swinging. Norris trying to get out of this inning without giving up runs, and he gets the punch out on Dominic Smith, who stands there looking at it. Don't just stare at it, eat it. Here's the hit out to right field. This one is going to go off the wall. That was very close to being out of the park, but an easy triple for Nico Goodrum. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Victor Reyes. He's going to slap one into left, but it would be taken care of by Byron Buxton. And we move to the bottom of the 7th. In the bottom of the 7th with 2 out and 2 on, this one's going to get grounded and thrown on to second for the easy out. And we get out of a little bit of a jam there. Sergio Romo going to come into the game now. He's pitched in 18 games last year. He had 5 saves out of 8 opportunities. And here he gets the strikeout. And that will move into the top of the 9th with Seth Beer, and he gets him as well. So Sergio Romo doing some pretty good pitching in the 8th and the 9th as he gets Kristen Stewart, though, and he is going to lace one into right field. That is going to put 2 on with 1 away in the top of the 9th, and Nico Goodrum going to strike out at the plate with that opportunity. And that'll put 2 outs for Victor Reyes, who also strikes out with an opportunity to bring home some runs. But no worries, it's a 4-1 game, and Joe Jimenez will have his 3rd straight save opportunity. He's 2 for 2 on the first 2, and this one's going to dribble over to second, double play opportunity, and that will end the game and subsequently end the series. Get out your broomsticks, ladies and gentlemen. The Detroit Tigers have swept the Minnesota Twins to start the 2021 campaign. You gotta love it. We do. of course. Arraez with the only RBI for the Minnesota Twins. And now we'll go into some managing situations here against the Cleveland Indians. They open up with 2 runs in the first inning. That was kind of rough on us. We get a run in the 3rd inning, and they get quite a bit there. 4 spot in the 4th inning, a 2 spot in the 5th, making it 8-1. Then it goes to 9-1, then 10-1, and it didn't matter. We tried every pitcher we possibly could. Scope did hit a nice 2-run bomb in the game, but we end up losing game number 1. In game number 2, we go about this one, and again, Cleveland just outright bombing on us. 3-0 to start the game in the 3rd. Then in the 4th, we both get a run to make it 4-1. A 3-run blast for Cleveland in the 5th makes it 7-1. And it just got increasingly difficult, as we do get 2 runs in the 7th, a solo shot in the 8th to make it 7-4. We get 3 runs in the 9th to make it 7-7 and take it into extras. So what was looking really bad ended up not too bad, but Edwin Encarnacion gets the walk-off, and we end up losing 8-7. Next, we will start out with the series against the Oakland A's. I hope you are all excited. Matthew Boyd has pitched well so far. Make sure you drop a like as well as subscribe if you're new to the channel and can't wait to see more Tigers franchise at MLB The Show 20. Take care of each other, and I will see you all soon.